Welcome to the Bader Show for a special live announcement for the USA Wrestling Women's College Wrestler of the Year. Joining us is Gary Abbott, Director of Communications at USA Wrestling. And Gary, we want to talk about this award, how it came about, why we're doing this award, and eventually we're going to make the reveal. But Gary, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate being part of this. It's kind of a historic deal for us, so it's great.
It is
Glad to,
historic and so important that we have this, Gary.
yeah, and with women's college wrestling really growing and almost at a point in the NCAA level that we're real close to getting championship status, and with the NAIA having an official championship, it's really a good time to celebrate the heroes in the sport. And we have a ton of outstanding athletes in women's college wrestling, and um, having people get together and celebrate the successful athletes that represent the sport at the highest level is really a lot of fun. So, um, this award basically came out of the idea that we didn't have one last year. Previously, there had been a media outlet that awarded an award each year to what they felt was the top women's college wrestler, but they went out of business or at least stopped doing it last season. So here at USA Wrestling, we're really highly invested in women's wrestling at all levels, and thought that we should start an award. And part of the success of other awards at the college level, such as the Hodge Trophy in men's wrestling, or the Heisman Trophy in football, and other things like that, we wanted to create that opportunity for women's college wrestlers. So, um, uh, one of the keys to it was that we wanted everyone to have a voice. So, we've created three different groups to start looking into and voting on who the winner should be. And the groups we felt were important to it would be specifically the fans, the college coaches, and the media. And to make it fair, we gave each group 33% of the vote, and we're able to get a committee organized to start working on who the final candidates would be. And since the season ended a few weeks ago, we were able to launch this and invite people to vote based upon which of the groups they were from, and it was a real big success this week. We had well over 4,000 votes, and real good turnout in all three of the groups that select the winner.
Gary, let's go back to the beginning of women's college wrestling. 2004, there was a tournament that got created that eventually became the WCWA. But would you walk us through the growth of women's college wrestling and what you've seen from the early years to where it is today?
Sure. I mean, there were a few schools that started programs. The first one was, actually in the 90s, Minnesota Morris, and for the teams to compete, they had to wrestle on the USA Wrestling and on the international level. So the early teams, they would enter our events or go to Canada or go on tours, and they would wrestle and have a season. But as we got up to a handful of teams, it was decided to hold the first women's college national event. It was at Missouri Valley, and the host won that event. One of the pioneer programs, people like Clarissa Chun and others that are real legends in wrestling came out of that team. And it built into an organization, the WCWA, which included schools from the NCAA, the NAIA, junior colleges, all the varsity programs across the land. And that's pretty much the way it's gone for many years until recently. Both the NCAA and the NAIA have grown so big that they started holding their own competitions. So that's kind of the growth of where we are right now, going from a handful of teams to probably, I don't know, we'll be over 150 next year, I think, Kyle, right? So
Yeah.
this is a serious big deal in college athletics. And of course, we want to make sure that people know who our stars are, and learn the personalities, and understand just how exciting college wrestling is on the women's side.
Gary, you've been the leading voice for women's wrestling, sometimes the lone voice early on. How have you approached the promotion of women's wrestling and how far has it come?
Well, I mean, in my mind, wrestling is available and should be uh, part of everyone's life. And I grew up in a time when women and girls did not wrestle. But and even my daughter, when she played athletics, wrestling wasn't one of the sports that she was involved in. But we learned early on, once they started having world championships, that the athletes that were involved were great people. They were excellent athletes. They deserved the opportunity and promotion that the men had. And I mean, our biggest hurdle was to get women's wrestling in the Olympic Games, which we were able to do in '04. And from there, that really helped fuel the growth at the college level, at youth levels, things like that. But it's been growing every year since 1990. And it's just the last few years where it's exploded. And there are, kids in every community that are women and girls that wrestle, which is great, right?
Gary, I'm going to let you make the announcement. We are going to make the announcement here live of who the USA Wrestling Women's College Wrestler of the Year is. So the floor is yours, Gary.
Well, and after a vote of the media, the fans, and the college wrestling coaches in women's wrestling, our 2023 USA Wrestling Women's College Wrestler of the Year is Yelena McCoyed of North Central College. And there we are. Hey, Yelena, congratulations. What a season. Certainly excited to hear what you think about being named this award. Clearly, it's the first one we've done, so forever you'll be the first winner of this award. So, congratulations. What are your thoughts when
Thank
you
you.
heard about this?
At first I thought it was just another, you know, just another award, but hearing you explain it, um, it makes more sense now, and just the weight of it is so much bigger than I thought. Like being the first to win this is so awesome, and yeah, I think it's great that female wrestlers are starting to get this recognition, just like the male wrestlers. I mean, we've been working hard forever, and it's about time that we start giving out awards like these and making it more equal. So this is truly special.
Elena, walk us through the season. Don't think you gave up a point all year, pinned your way through the national tournament. How did you get to that point where you were so dominant?
Um, I just took my coach's advice to be more stingy with my points, and to just not give any leverage, not give any leeway to anyone. To just be stingier, like I want to be the best in the world, and um, if that requires a season of pinning and dominating and not getting points scored against me, then I'll do that. Yeah, I just wanted to. It just proves something to me to be able to go a whole season and win all my matches and not get points scored against me. It makes me feel that security inside.
So,
Elena, when you
Yelena,
go ahead.
good. I was just going to ask. It wasn't just a special year for you. Your team won the national tournament, and obviously, as a leader, not only in your performance, but you've been with the program and grown up with it. How special was it for you not only to win uh, your your championship again, but to see your teammates next to you as the national championship team?
It was definitely a night to remember. I will never forget the feeling that we felt when they announced North Central. It was we were on cloud nine. Like it was awesome. I remember like being next to my teammates. We were like in that circle cheering, making dog noises, being loud, and it was just an overflow of joy and excitement. It was awesome. I think we've been trying to do that forever, and we've been working so hard, and it's ever since freshman year when I first joined North Central Wrestling. It was on our coach's mind to do it. It's just freshman, sophomore year, maybe junior year too. It was kind of unrealistic because we didn't have the wrestlers, but we built our way up to the top, and we finally achieved this goal that we so long wanted to achieve. So it was relieving, and it was extremely exciting.
When did you first catch the Olympic vision that you wanted to pursue the Olympics, pursue World Championships? Did you know about that when you came to North Central?
Um, it was, I think, my like freshman or sophomore year of college when I decided that I wanted to go to the Olympics. Just because I heard people in my weight class, I mean, I heard that that was their goals, and I thought like maybe if these people have this high goal, I can have this high goal for myself. But in high school, I wasn't even thinking about it. Like I didn't even know wrestling was in the Olympics. I didn't know anything. I just wrestled because it was fun and because I was pretty decent at it in high school. But I didn't start setting high goals for myself until I started seeing some results.
So, Yelena, you had an interesting situation. You were able to go on a tour this season during the college year and wrestle internationally, win a gold medal for the United States at one of the ranking tournaments. Um, Talk about how difficult or just how that experience was for you to go compete overseas, come back, and then and help your team win the team title.
Um, I think it set a good example for the team. Um, that they're able to see that there's someone on their team traveling the world and winning titles and then coming back and then has the same aspirations for the team. I think it truly inspires them, and I hope they look up to me. I think they do, and it's such a privilege to be a role model to all of them and to be in the room and to encourage them that they can do the same. They can maybe one day we'll be traveling together on the same team and competing alongside each other in a different country. Like they can do that too. And yeah.
How did you balance that schedule, Yelena?
Um it required a lot of, I mean, you don't learn time management overnight, like there's you got to look ahead always. You learn time management through trial and error, missing certain assignments for school. um like looking ahead and thinking like, what do I need to get done? Should I get in my workout early at 6 a.m. because I don't have time later on in the day to do it? Like it's knowing that you have all these things to do and then organizing your day and your week to fit all those things in. And I definitely would not have been able to do it without the support system behind me, but also God, because when you're running around from thing to thing all day long, it's you just your mind is constantly racing, and the only thing that can give me this sense of peace at the end of the day and give me a good night's rest was spending time with God right before bed and having that inner peace and that clear conscience before I go to bed. So it was just a combination of a bunch of things.
So, Yelena, I'm told that you're going to have a big match tonight with Coach Joe Norton. Um, he made a bet or something came down that he said he'd wrestle you 6 full minutes today. I want to hear a little bit about your description of what that's about and what you expect tonight when you wrestle your coach.
I expect Joe to try to hit an arm drag, and I'm gonna block it because it never works. And then I'll take him down. I'll try to pin him as many times as I can, but I'll definitely try to conserve my energy, because you need energy to get as many pins as you can. And I hope the intention is to not get scored on at all. Um, so yeah, Joe, fear me.
Not just fearing the bird.
Yes.
Now,
I'm
he's
excited.
he's going up a couple weight classes, though. I understand. He was telling me um, you're going to
I'm
use your
going
strength.
down a couple.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
Do
He, I
you
mean,
remember when
he's a
you
strong guy.
passed him?
What was that?
Do you remember when you passed him and could finally beat him?
I don't remember a single moment, but I just remember like certain times when I was able to score on him a little more than I usually do. It's like, dang, Joe, like either you're getting old or I'm getting better, you know? Um, and I just, yeah, I remember coming back from, actually, it was in the summer. It was, I think there was like a certain time when I, I was just like drastically improved like pretty quick. It was the summer of I think last year or the year before. I just spent like the whole summer lifting and wrestling Coach Cook like every day. And then I wrestled Joe finally, and I was just so much stronger because Joe uses a lot of strength when he wrestles me. He grabs my wrists and holds on really tight because that's all he can do because he's not gonna shoot a double leg on me because I'll crush him. So yeah, he uses a lot of strength, a lot of like pulling arms and stuff like that. And he scrambles really well too. And after that summer of lifting and wrestling, cook and scrambling every single day, um, Joe just was not able to keep up as well. So yeah.
So this is the question I always ask at the press conferences at the men's championship. You're going to be going to the Open, and you're looking forward to focusing on that level.
Yes, for sure. I mean, that's the goal, like winning in college is awesome, but the goal is Olympics and winning worlds. So definitely going to be focusing on that the next few months.
Where are you training, and how's that focus going to be the next few weeks? Because U.S. Open's coming up.
Um, yeah, so I plan on, I mean, I'm not going to change anything. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Um, I'm going to keep wrestling my coaches, keep lifting. Um, yeah, same thing.
When you
So
get ready for the, go ahead, Gary.
I was just wondering. I mean, is your eligibility done for college? Yeah, are you gonna after you finish your college eligibility, you plan on staying in Illinois and working with the same people? I mean, you obviously have been successful in the setting you're in right now.
Yeah, um, I have a redshirt year and a COVID year left. So there's always
Hmm.
that option. I can go to the Olympic Training Center or WCAP. There's really not many options. We're looking at RTCs, and there's just no options. No female training partners around. There's not really any good like pay at any RTCs. So there's really the only option is to stay here or go to the Olympic Training Center or go to WCAP. So yeah, um, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. I need a I need some time to decide.
Okay, excellent.
With the U.S. Open coming up, knowing that that's an automatic spot into Final X, how do you approach the U.S. Open this year? It's a unique format. Last year was a little bit different because they had to modify it, but does that add incentive?
I actually don't know the format. I don't know how it's different this year. Um, I just know that I mean I mean I tell you guys all the time. I don't know the details. I just go and wrestle and try to do my best to win. And everyone else, my coaches figure out everything else. I try not to focus on who I'm wrestling, what the brackets look like, whatever, who's registered for what the format of the tournament is. I just try to go and win.
So Have you told your family yet about this award you're getting, or are you going to go and tell your teammates now that it's been announced? How do you celebrate such a great season and and getting recognized by your peers in wrestling?
Um, yeah, I haven't told my family yet, and I don't think they know what this means. They don't keep up with wrestling as much as I would like them to. But I think, yeah, I mean, just go to practice today, celebrate with my peers, and then move on, you know?
Let's break down your National Collegiate Championship tournament. You pinned your way through the NCAA Championships. Was that a goal of yours to do that?
Um, yeah, I mean, I remember wrestling. I didn't go into the tournament like, oh, I'm gonna go pin everybody. I was just wrestling the match, and then I hear Coach Joe like, Yelena, we need a pin. And I was trying to get the team points, so I did my best to pin them and get the team points, but it wasn't a goal. I think it's just, you know, a byproduct of just like trying to dominate.
So, with the team next year, do you got a lot of the teammates coming back? I mean, are we going to supposed to fear the bird next season as well?
Yes, you will fear the bird. The bird will always be there. Um, I, I think we have a bright future. I think we set the standard really high for the next women's wrestling team at North Central. They're gonna know what we're capable of achieving, and yeah, they have a bright future. So I think North Central will always be there. Um, yeah.
Gary and Yelena, I'm going to let you close this out. Parting thoughts, Gary, and then followed by Yelena, and then we'll end the show.
Well, I'm real excited that anyone watching this show has had an opportunity to learn a little bit more about Yelena and hear her story. I mean, we're really motivated and excited about not only Yelena's career, but all the finalists. We had a great group of athletes that were all undefeated college champions that were part of this vote for the top women's college wrestler of the year. And Yelena, you've set a great example for other young women who want to be successful in wrestling. And we really look forward to seeing you this year on the senior level. And just wish you the best of luck moving forward. And congratulations for such a wonderful season and a great career so far. So that's kind of what I got to say, Kyle.
Yeah, and Yelena, close us out.
Gary, Kyle, thank you so much. And thank you so much for all that you guys do for women's wrestling. Truly, it is appreciated. If you're not doing it, I don't know who will. So yeah, this is awesome. Thanks again.
Excellent.
Thanks for joining us for this historic announcement. Yelena McCoyed is the first winner of the USA Wrestling Women's College Wrestler of the Year. For Gary Abbott and Yelena McCoyed, I'm Kyle Klingman. You have been watching The Bader Show.